This is Professor of Medicine, Desiree Dubonnet, the man who left America to find freedom. He's no longer a man. Today we're going to talk about one of the most serious subjects in the world. Does reincarnation exist? Is there a life after death?
Hey guys, I got a confession. I was Joan of Arc in my past life. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, you should totally buy my book about it for $19.99.
Reincarnation. Half of the planet's population shares the same belief that some part of us survives death and that reincarnation is a real possibility.
More than half of the people in the world believe this. It is very wrong for us to be insulting these beliefs. So cavalier is our smiling little girl here, chuckling at the idea of reincarnation. But actually, quantum theory and a lot of other new science opens the door to this belief.
Seeing some pretty weird stories around on Facebook spreading like wildfire. They're stories about little kids who believe that they've been reincarnated. In one story I read, a kid told his village elders that he'd been murdered with an axe in a previous life, and then he proceeded to show them to a buried skeleton with an axe. The kicker? The little boy has a long red birthmark on his head.
Reincarnation is the belief that some people, not all, but some people, when they die, can transmigrate to another person, to another animal, to another consciousness.
The assumption is that when your brain dies, your mind perishes also. That is so deeply believed that scientists fail to understand that it is, in the end, an assumption only. And there's no reason why aspects of the mind shouldn't survive the death of the brain.
Reincarnation is known by many other names, but this is an assumption. The idea that we would die at death is an assumption. We really need to take a much deeper look at this. Understand belief, but
well over 50% of the Earth's inhabitants believe in some form of reincarnation. So it's very widespread.
We shouldn't make fun of other people's beliefs. We need to tolerate them, but we need to take a look at it. But as our scientist lady, this goofy little lady, you see, there's a cognitive distortion of all or nothing thinking, that everything is black and white, all or nothing thinking. That's really a problem when we get down to reincarnation and this type of belief. We need to broaden our mind and recognize. You see, most crows are black. Most magpies are black. It only takes one white crow to prove that white crows exist.
You know, I've been lying here thinking. With what, chum? Brains, old boy, brains.
It only takes one white crow to prove that white crows exist. And here we have one from India. A white crow. Now we know white crows exist.
We can do anything we think of. What do you mean, chum?
And here's a white crow in the Philippines. So white crows exist. Not all of them are white, not all of them are black. There is exceptions to the rule. We need to broaden our mind. And we need to think openly, not just black and white. We need to recognize that when it comes to certain ideas, such as life after death, reincarnation, we need to open our minds to the possibilities and recognize that to prove that white crows exist, we only need to show one white crow.